Welcome to Omasae, where nature and timeless charm meet in every corner of your garden. In today's video, we're exploring garden borders that don't just define space, they age gracefully with time. Using materials like driftwood, logs, rocks, and bricks, we'll show how you can frame your garden with natural textures that blend effortlessly into the landscape. These rustic touches bring structure and style without sacrificing the wild, welcoming feel of a natural garden. Whether you're updating an old border or planning a brand new layout, you're sure to find ideas that will grow more beautiful with every season. If you love nature-inspired garden ideas, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our future videos. Now let's dive into these timeless garden borders. Today we're highlighting 10 rustic garden border styles that look better year after year. From softly aged wood and rugged rock to antique bricks and playful stump features, each border tells a story. These materials don't just sit at the edge of your garden, they interact with it. Weathered wood deepens in character, moss-covered stone gains a quiet elegance, and handmade brickwork becomes more charming with age. We'll guide you through each design and explain how the materials, placement, and natural aging process contribute to the overall atmosphere. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and picture how these borders could transform your own outdoor sanctuary. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Omasae community of nature-loving garden creators. Combining bricks and gravel creates a border with visual depth and practical benefits. The bricks form a clean outer edge, while the gravel softens the interior, providing drainage and contrast. This layered effect works beautifully in both sunny and shaded areas. Use reclaimed bricks for added character. Let their nicks and chips tell a story. The gravel can be pea-sized, crushed stone, or even slate chips depending on your color palette. Together, they create breathable borders that prevent erosion and reduce runoff. This combo is especially effective along sloped beds or driveways, where water control matters. It also suits pathways that need a defined edge without feeling heavy. Over time, moss may creep over the bricks and gravel may shift naturally, making the whole scene feel more alive. A border like this invites exploration while quietly organizing the garden. The Stumpery is a unique type of garden border made from tree stumps, roots, and gnarled wood. Originally popular in Victorian gardens, Stumperies are now prized in rustic and woodland settings. They evoke the mystery of the forest floor and create microhabitats for fungi, mosses, and insects. Arrange stumps along the edge of beds or in clusters to form a winding, naturalistic border. Their twisting forms and weathered surfaces create sculptural interest, especially in shady spots. Pair with ferns, hostas, and native wildflowers for a rich, layered effect. Stumperies require little maintenance. Just let nature take its course. Over time, the wood decays, supporting soil health and biodiversity. The look is wild but deeply intentional. In a rustic garden, a stumpery speaks to the beauty of aging and the cycle of life. Large boulders can serve as dramatic punctuation marks in a garden border. They anchor corners, highlight curves, or draw attention to focal plantings. When placed thoughtfully, they bring scale and a sense of permanence that lighter borders can't match. Choose boulders with interesting shapes or surface patterns. Weathering and lichen growth only add to their character. Place them partially buried for a natural look, as if they've emerged from the earth over centuries. You can mix them with smaller stones or low ground covers like creeping sedum or thyme. Boulders don't need to be large to have impact. Even medium-sized stones can create a sense of weight and balance. The trick is in the placement. In rustic gardens, these strong elements add quiet drama without overshadowing plants. They become part of the story season after season. There's something magical about driftwood. Each piece carries the story of water, wind, and time. In rustic gardens, driftwood can be used to create borders that feel entirely organic. Unlike structured bricks or cut logs, driftwood invites irregularity. Lay it in flowing lines or let it snake around flower beds like a meandering stream. The textures and shapes of driftwood blend effortlessly with native plants, gravel paths, or wildflower patches. It's perfect for informal gardens that celebrate imperfection. You can use large pieces of driftwood as anchor points and fill the gaps with smaller branches and twigs. In shady gardens, the silver-gray color complements moss and ferns, creating a serene, aged look. Driftwood also pairs well with stones and boulders for a mixed-media border. Over time, these borders darken and weather, deepening their rustic appeal. Whether used as edging or placed upright like sculptural posts, driftwood borders offer charm that only nature can design. There's something undeniably charming about sawtooth brick edging, a simple yet distinctive technique that transforms any garden path or flower bed into a handcrafted work of art. This style features bricks set at an angle in a zigzag pattern, mimicking the teeth of an old saw. The result is a visually rhythmic edge that feels both vintage and personal, perfect for rustic or cottage-style gardens. The beauty lies not in perfection, but in its slightly uneven, time-worn quality. Each brick, often salvaged or reclaimed, carries its own history, weathered corners, soft chips, and faded red tones that range from burnt sienna to warm terracotta. Over time, moss and creeping thyme may nestle between the gaps, softening the geometry and adding a living texture that only deepens with age. It's a design that speaks of hand-laid paths, weekend gardening projects, and the quiet patience of time. Functionally, this edging helps keep gravel and mulch in place while subtly guiding the eye along borders and pathways. It's especially lovely when paired with heritage plants like lavender, foxglove, or rosemary, which echo its old-world charm. The sawtooth pattern is easy to install with just a spade and some thoughtful spacing, making it a favorite among gardeners who enjoy adding a personal touch. Whether lining a walkway, framing a flower bed, or outlining a courtyard, this brick technique creates a sense of place, rooted, handcrafted, and quietly beautiful. It's not just edging, it's a story told in clay and time, shaping your garden with warmth and nostalgia. Natural logs bring warmth and softness to a garden border, especially when they've been weathered by the elements. These logs can be placed horizontally for a simple, grounded edge, or stacked loosely to build short retaining walls for raised beds. Their gentle curves and bark textures add instant woodland charm. You might even let them sprout mushrooms or host a bit of moss, adding to their visual richness over time. The beauty of log borders lies in their imperfection. Cracks, knots, and color changes bring character. Place them alongside native plantings, like ferns and hostas, to enhance the natural look. They can define pathways, circle vegetable plots, or frame wildflower gardens without clashing with their surroundings. Best of all, they require minimal tools and no mortar or cement, just a careful eye and a love for natural form. Logs decompose slowly, meaning they age gracefully while feeding the soil. With every season, they become a little more a part of the garden. Their rustic presence creates a sense of grounded calm that's hard to replicate with synthetic borders. Flat, irregular slabs of flagstone make for graceful, grounded garden borders. Their earthy hues, gray, brown, ochre, even bluish tints, add richness and contrast to green foliage. Flagstone borders can be laid edge to edge in gentle curves, or interspersed with soil and ground covers for a softer effect. These stones feel solid and established from day one. Over time, they collect moss and develop surface patina, only enhancing their appeal. They're excellent for edging raised beds, walkways, or patios. And because they lay flat, they're easy to mow or sweep around, offering both beauty and practicality. Flagstone works well with drought-tolerant plants like lavender or creeping thyme. The visual weight of the stone helps anchor lighter foliage, creating a sense of balance. When used in garden borders, flagstone speaks of quiet strength and natural rhythm, a timeless, artful edge that rewards the patient gardener. There's something irresistibly artistic about using terracotta shards as garden edging. These broken pieces of old flower pots, clay tiles, or even roof shingles bring a rustic, Mediterranean charm that feels both intentional and spontaneous. When arranged along a garden bed, the jagged, irregular shapes catch the light in beautiful ways, creating shadow and texture that change throughout the day. The warm, earthy tones, ranging from dusty orange to deep red, contrast beautifully against the greens of herbs, ground covers, and flowering plants. This border style isn't just decorative, it also helps retain soil and define paths or planting zones. Over time, the terracotta ages gracefully, developing a patina that blends with the soil and foliage around it. You can press the shards into the ground upright for a jagged edge or lay them flat in mosaic-like arrangements for a softer, stepping stone feel. It's a brilliant way to recycle broken gardenware and reduce waste, turning imperfections into something charming and practical. In a dry or Mediterranean-style garden, terracotta edging feels especially at home, evoking a sense of timelessness and grounded beauty. River rock borders offer a sense of movement and serenity. Their smooth, rounded shapes evoke images of natural streambeds and mountain creeks. You can create these borders by lining paths or garden beds with rocks of various sizes, nestled into the earth or gravel. The key is to mix different tones and sizes for a natural look, nothing too symmetrical. These rocks reflect sunlight softly and darken beautifully when wet, bringing visual changes with the weather. Pair river rock borders with ornamental grasses, herbs, or perennial flowers for a landscape that feels both peaceful and alive. Over time, moss or lichen may take hold, adding an even more aged, magical quality. Unlike harsh edging, river rocks provide a breathable boundary. They allow water to flow freely and don't disrupt root systems. Maintenance is low, especially if you use a weed barrier underneath. The gentle curves and quiet textures create borders that feel timeless and undisturbed, as if they've always been part of the garden. Stacking bricks without mortar creates charming garden walls that look as though they've always been there. The rough edges and slight gaps allow for movement, plant growth, and weathering. These borders are excellent for edging raised beds or terracing sloped areas. Use bricks of varying age and tone to create visual interest. You can stack them in straight lines or gentle curves, depending on your garden's layout. Over time, plants like moss or alyssum may grow in the cracks, softening the structure and adding life. Rustic brick walls are easy to adjust and rebuild, giving you flexibility. Their imperfection is their charm. They never look too stiff or over-designed. Perfect for gardens that embrace age, texture, and storytelling. We hope this journey through rustic garden borders has inspired you to see edging as more than just functional. When you choose natural materials like stone, brick, wood, or driftwood, you invite your garden to grow old gracefully. Each season adds a new layer of beauty, whether it's the deepening color of wood, the soft spread of moss, or the gentle shifting of earth and gravel. These borders aren't just dividers, they're storytellers. They define space while inviting the wildness in. Whether you're starting fresh or enhancing an established space, these ideas will help your garden feel rooted, warm, and welcoming. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share your favorite border idea or tell us what natural materials you've used in your own space. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon on Omasae, where rustic charm grows stronger with time.